Welcome to the show. This is a special Hoppy Banksgiving episode. I'm your host, Rick H.
Pauly B.
What's good, bitches?
It's a special Banksgiving episode.
Merry Christmas, son.
Benny Banks will be giving away his advice on
fix the economy.
Fixing the economy.
And the world. I'm going to kind of heal the world.
He's going to get you rich in this one episode. He will make you rich.
I'm going to make the world rich.
We're also going to cover a lot of sports. So it's not an interview episode. It's one of those sports episodes that we do. Cheers. Let's just get it going.
Yeah, let's go.
Cheers, Justin.
Justin behind the camera, as usual. We just want to thank everybody for showing their support. 96 views for our Genesis episode. And I think 20 for the interview with Justin, and I think 20-something with the interview with Robbie Rob. Some other stuff I'll share on the internet later on.
Off the air?
Let's get started, man. What about last night, Monday Night Football? It's the LA Rams versus the Kansas City Chiefs, the highest scoring football game of all time. First time two teams scored 50 points, and the Chiefs made history because they were the first team.
Each team scored 50? It was
yes.
a tie?
Yes.
No.
LA scored
54. And the Chiefs scored 51, which is insane.
So the
This
Chiefs
is regulation time?
Yeah.
It was like backyard football.
There was three defensive touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah.
So insane game. The Chiefs also made history. They were the first team to score 50 and lose. I think the stat was any NFL team that has scored 50 was like 113-0.
That's
something
insane,
like that,
bro.
So the Chiefs made history last night.
Dude, but that game was so crazy because it's not like the defenses weren't there. It's just the offenses were so insane. Like
it was just back and like every possession.
But there was punts, which is weird.
Yeah.
So they were giving the ball up. They were just scoring so fast and so rapidly that it was just so fun to watch.
I was shocked.
It's like backyard football. Like when you're playing on the block.
Yeah.
And you score, it's like 8 touchdowns and shit.
Right.
It's crazy. I love football like that. But I feel like it kind of takes away because, like, defenses really don't matter in the NFL anymore. And they really can't do anything because of all the penalties and shit.
That's where I was going to go. I was shocked that the Rams defense gave up so many points. One of the best defenses in the league. It was 54-51. Exactly. That was the exact score. And surprisingly, Todd Gurley, if you think the Rams, they scored 54 points, you think Todd Gurley went off. 55 yards on 12 carries, did not have a touchdown.
I feel like that was another thing. Why the fuck didn't you run the ball? They were up in the fourth quarter, still throwing the ball. You're stopping the clock. You have the best running back in the league. Let the clock run and run Gurley. I didn't understand that. But it was fun.
They have 4 receivers. I'm talking about this is just the Rams. The Rams have 4 receivers with over 50 yards. 63, 72, 80, and 107. The Chiefs, it was the Kelsey and Hill show. Hill had 215 yards. Kelsey had 127. Chris Conley has 74. So it was a wild game.
How many yards did Patrick Mahomes have throwing?
So let's
478.
Let's talk about the quarterbacks. Mahomes 478.
That's insane.
6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
That kid is sick, bro.
Goff 413, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
That's crazy. That dude is.
The Rams are also the first team in the NFL to win 10 games this year so far. So they're 10-1, 9-2.
They also have the easiest schedule for the rest of the season, so they will go undefeated for the rest of the season.
And this might be our Super Bowl.
Probably.
There's a good chance this might be our Super Bowl.
I really like the Saints right now, but probably. I think the Rams have the best defense, and I heard that they're trying to go after the cornerback from Jacksonville.
Jalen Ramsey.
And if they do get him, it's over. Nobody else has a chance at all. There's absolutely no chance for anybody else to win.
The Rams have one of the best, like, all-around teams. And in the beginning of the season...
Talib is coming back 2 weeks from now.
That's another thing I was about to get to.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the season, my brother and I, we picked the Chiefs and the Rams to have a great year. Rob disagreed on the Chiefs pick.
Because he didn't believe in Mahomes.
But Mahomes
how's Kansas doing?
Dude,
Kansas is 9-2.
And they can't.
This could be the Super Bowl.
I think they average like almost 40 points a game, which is insane.
It'll be a
what the fuck
Super
has
Bowl.
defense?
It wouldn't be.
Wouldn't the Patriots have to? I feel like that's like a staple right now.
Yeah, they have to get over. They have to get over.
I don't. Listen, you could say that right now, but I think that it wouldn't be I think it'd be a great Super Bowl. These two guys are the future of the NFL, Mahomes and Goff, and the Chiefs are still missing a lot of pieces. Like they could. This team could actually legit get better.
Yeah.
The Rams could also get better, so they're scary. Right. And this is going to be for a while.
It's going to be crazy. I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes, though.
Patrick Mahomes, 3,000 yards, 3,628 yards,
to throw
37 touchdowns.
He has a chance to throw for 50 touchdowns this year in his rookie fucking year. He could be the MVP and the rookie of the year the same year.
So that's insane. Insane.
Fuck that guy.
We're a New York podcast, New York show.
Fuck him.
Not going to go into the Jets, who are 3-7. Let's just flip over to the interesting 3-7 team.
Let's not talk about the Jets that are 3-7. Let's talk about the Giants.
You know why? Because this is my argument with the Jets. The Jets are in a division with the Patriots. The Patriots are 7-3. They're 5-0 at home already. The Pats. And it's just like you could never count that team out. In the beginning of the year, the first two games, you were like, oh, my God, the Pats are never going to make it. But look, they're sit up top now, 7-3. The Jets are 3-7, last place. They also haven't done good in the division. The Jets are 0-3 in the division. So that ship has sailed for them.
The Bills. And what's the Miami Dolphins?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three teams, the three big bad teams that the Patriots have to face every fucking year. They have a fucking cakewalk.
That's why they've been in the playoffs so many years. Now let's go to the NFC East where the Giants play.
Fuck the Patriots, man.
So in first place is the Redskins. They're 6-4, right? The Redskins just lost Alex Smith.
Yeah.
His ankle was completely shattered. It looked just like the Joe Theismann play.
I still haven't watched it.
It was terrible.
Are you going to watch it?
I have to show you that clip.
Don't watch it.
It looks horrific.
Should I watch it?
You should watch it, yeah.
Don't watch it.
Then second place is the Cowboys.
Do not watch
You saw it?
Yeah.
It was horrific. Then second place is the Cowboys. They're 5-5. The Eagles are 4-6. The Giants are 0-3 in the division, but Odell said we're going to win 8 in a row. They've got 2 so far. I'm not saying, it's going to happen. I just think things are going to get interesting in the NFC East because the team could legit make the playoffs with 8 wins.
Yeah, it's true.
The NFC least, right?
The beginning of the year, I picked the Eagles to win the division, Giants to get in as a wild card. I don't think that's going to happen. Giants to get in, they got to win the division. Yeah. And it's a long road for them to do that.
Well,
shit.
You see?
No. You watched it, dude?
Look at it in slow-mo. Watch.
Dude. You fucking watched it?
Yeah.
You just see his... Oh.
I told you not to watch it, man. I warned you.
You know what it reminded me of? When Sid Vicious jumped off the top rope.
Oh, shit.
And his leg snapped like a twig. You never seen that? I got to show you that one.
Oh, damn.
That's gross.
So...
You're lucky you didn't throw up.
There is a chance. My brother said the Saints. The Saints are 9-1. They're clearly going to win that division. They clearly have head and shoulders above everybody in the NFC.
Whoa.
But they got
the Rams.
The Rams are 10-1. So I think
they're close.
NFC East to go to the Super Bowl is those two teams.
I think I'm a Rams fan right now.
Yeah, me too. I'm a Rams fan.
Yeah?
I'm a Rams guy. I'm a Rams guy.
I went to LA in the beginning of the year.
Oh, now you're a Rams
guy?
guy?
You want to be down.
No, he wants to be down with the team.
No. Let me say what I'm gonna say. That wasn't my point.
You want to be down with the team?
The Rams were playing.
He likes the
Rams were playing the Chargers that week. It was LA versus LA, and I saw LA is excited about both teams because everywhere I went, everybody was wearing a jersey. Everywhere.
Everyone was wearing a jersey.
A jersey. It was a Rams jersey.
Insane,
I'm surprised because you're in
A
LA.
Lakers jersey.
Does it make sense? Does that make sense?
No. It was Sunday. No. Like people wear jerseys.
Jersey.
You go to New York, it wasn't like if you go to a bar in New York, you'll see some guys wearing a jersey. No. I went to a bar and I legit saw almost everybody in there either wearing a Ram or a Charger jersey.
Hold on. Are you saying in LA everyone wears a jersey on Sunday?
For the game, yes.
Everyone in LA wears a jersey.
Almost everyone. And I was in downtown LA.
We got
I think we need to step up our game. And they didn't have a football game.
It's different. There's so many transplants that live in New York. That's why you don't see too many
That's
people
true.
with New York jerseys.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Europeans here, like just random Europeans.
They
don't even speak English.
We said in the last podcast.
They only watch soccer.
New York has so many different backgrounds in it that it's like the capital. It's the capital of the world. People say,
but even
but LA
native New Yorkers, they're so much into fashion that they would get other teams' hats and jerseys.
Yeah,
because
I get that point.
It goes with my Jordans.
But
like they want to.
We had a Michael Vick jersey. Yo, this dude.
I love Vic.
A Michael Vick
I
jersey
loved Vic,
and
I'm a Giants fan. I love Vic.
Okay, exactly. My point exactly.
He had two outfits.
Yeah, but on Sunday I would wear my Eli Manning jersey.
No, it wasn't. That's not true at all. He had a Michael Vick jersey.
My Eli Manning jersey was my game day jersey.
No,
I still have it. It's a white. It's the old school white jersey.
Dude, he had a Michael Vick jersey, and he had a Carmelo Anthony jersey.
And an Eli Manning.
No.
I'm going to show you the Eli Manning.
That you just recently got that Eli.
No, I had that Eli Manning since the Super Bowl in 2007. Because when we threw the Super Bowl party in the house.
Oh, wait, yeah. But this is the old, it's like the championship.
It was the old jersey, but that's the one. It's not the official one.
Why did you get the Michael Vick jersey? Did you have like
I just thought Michael Vick was.
No.
I had the 12s. I had the Jordan 12s.
Exactly. See that? My point exactly.
But I thought Vick was dope. As a player, I thought that
you love him.
Everybody loves Michael Vick.
Michael Vick is just like the most lovable guy. Like wanted to. For some reason, you knew like he was dope. Except for yes.
Peter hates Michael Vick, dude. Is it Peter?
Yeah,
That's
Peter.
What your name is?
Peter.
Dude, they hate
Peter
that
Griffin.
Peter?
So the Giants. 3-7. We traded away a couple pieces in the defense. Benny's concerned about the defense, so am I. But if we could blow out some guys,
you're concerned about the defense. You're concerned about the fucking whole team. They're 3-7.
Yo, watch your
No.
Our offense is pretty good.
Is this your statement for today? Every day you say something that makes me want to fight you.
Want to rip your mustache off your face.
So
can I shave it off now?
No.
Speaking of trades, the Yankees.
That mustache on your face.
The Yankees. Oh, by the way, so you might notice.
Let's get to that. Let's get to that later.
Pauly has.
Don't even zoom in.
Just zoom in on that.
Zoom into his mustache.
Right here, Justin.
Get to his mustache. Yeah.
So in the beginning of the show, when we were talking about the show and creating the show, the first ever show bet, Benny, look up your stats real quick.
Dumbest bet.
Look up your stats. Look up your
stats. I'm at like 1,200 and something.
1,000?
1,000.
You were at way more than that before.
No, I was at 980, 800.
So the bet was I had to catch up to you
something.
In Candy Crush, your level. You were at 1,000 something. Yeah. And I just started.
No, I was at 1,020 something.
And I restarted. I just started the game.
Yeah.
And then you gave me like 3 months?
No. I didn't give you. I did not give you. You said I can catch up to you before
your birthday.
Before my birthday.
Which is when the UFC was going to be in New York.
No, this was in the summer. This was in August.
But the bet was made in August. So I said, all right, so what are we betting on? What did you have to do? I think you had to.
I had to grow a porn mustache.
Oh, the porn stash. If you would have lost.
Yes.
And Pauly, who doesn't grow facial hair, he naturally
Asian.
Oh, boy. Benny wanted the Shang Tsung look.
So I wanted to see what he looks like without shaving because he always fucking shaves his face.
And now he wants out of it.
What does it look like if you just don't shave your face?
Yeah, it looks like this.
Oh, and the stipulation was
I want to see.
He had to keep it between now and January.
Yes.
So he wants out of it, and we still don't have like a holiday picture. Him hugging his two brothers, his dad and his mom, with the.
So I got to.
How do they feel about it?
No. But here's
How
the
do
thing:
your brothers feel
if
about
you're
it?
gonna take a picture for the holidays, I need you to take this off right here.
No, that wasn't on the bet though.
What are you talking about?
That's not part of it.
You want an early exit? I need a picture of you with just the mustache, without this.
So for Thanksgiving,
I'll give you an early exit.
Oh wait,
give me the stash.
What about if not the stash, just the soul patch?
So fuck you.
Choose one.
Fuck you.
Choose your poison. Pick your poison.
So for Thanksgiving and Christmas pictures, I had to have.
I will give you an early exit if you give me a picture, holiday picture
with the family,
just the stash, or just the soul patch.
Okay, I can go with the stash.
You go with the stash?
Yeah, I can go
Thursday?
with the stash. Yeah, Thursday.
All right. You got to send me the pic, though.
So the picture will be up on our Instagram.
And you have to go to
First
lunch. You have to go to lunch with the
no,
mustache.
hold on.
You have to go to lunch with the stash.
What?
And don't mention it don't mention it at
I won't put your
don't even mention
the picture
mustache.
for us.
I'll post it myself.
No.
Okay.
The picture for us
No.
is with your family. I want a picture of just you with the stash for the page.
I need pics with you and your fam. And then I need to pick just you by yourself with the stash.
With the stash?
And the one just you by yourself?
Shirt off?
Maybe.
Oh, my God.
Maybe. I'll let you know. But here's the thing. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say.
You need two pictures.
Okay. With the family.
And by myself.
Exactly. But also, you can't mention it to your family.
You. Okay, just walk in there just with the stash.
Exactly. When they ask you about it, be like, what are you talking about?
They don't say anything. They pretend that it's not there.
Exactly.
No, but if your brothers bring it up, I want a video recorded reaction. If you could get
just say, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but they've seen me with this, but not just with the stash.
Just the stash.
I just want the stash.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
how I need you to have dinner with your family with just the stash.
Just the stash.
Okay. And don't mention
it. So that was the first bet. Obviously, it looks great, though. I mean, yeah.
So far, it looks good. Yeah, I like it.
If it was me, I would just want the soul patch. I want to see what that looks like.
No, that's just.
I want the stash.
It's just like pubic hair.
It looks like pubic hair. Yeah, 100%.
It looks great, Paul. Cheers. Cheers to the Paul stash.
Yeah, cheers,
man. So there was a recent trade. The Yankees traded Justice Sheffield away to Seattle for James Paxton.
Terrible.
This is the same Justice Sheffield that they could have traded to the New York Mets. Now, I'm being very biased in this segment. I'm wearing a Mets hat. I am a Mets fan. Forget about that for a second.
Are you though?
I am. The Yankees and the Mets actually had... from a very good source of mine, he's in DR right now. They had beginning conversations in the trade, and it evolved around Justice Sheffield and DeGrom or Syndergaard. And it never went into fruition because the Yankees did not want to get rid of Sheffield. They felt so highly about him that they didn't want the best pitcher in baseball, Jacob DeGrom. I get it. I spoke to Al, a friend of mine. He's a Yankee fan. He explained to me that...
who the fuck is Al?
Al Banks.
Is he like a Yankee expert?
Alvarito.
He's a Yankee expert?
He's not a Yankee expert, but I put a post. Al. So you guys, his name is Al.
He explained the whole situation.
I put a post up. If you Yankee fans want to comment on it, you can. So my opinion was, I think that they made the worst trade ever. They got a 30-year-old pitcher who has a subpar record.
He's only going to play like 2 or 3 years.
Under 4 ERA. Okay. And the Yankees are going to score a lot more runs, and he's going to win a lot more games. But I felt like giving away Sheffield and another player to get DeGrom would have been the deal for them. That was just my opinion.
If they wanted to get a fucking 30-year-old pitcher that his ERA is just under 4.
It's like 3.57.
Yeah, his win record isn't even that crazy. They could have just brought up Justice Sheffield in the beginning of the year, and I'm sure by the end of the year, he would have been just as good as the guy that they got. And Justice Sheffield is only 22 fucking years old. This dude is 30 years old. He's only going to play with the Yankees for like 2 or 3 years, tops.
I saw his numbers. They are... I could see why they made the deal. and their argument is, Yankee fans' argument is, he costs a lot less, and they see he was 11-6 with a 3.76 ERA last year. The year before, he was 12-5 with a 2.98.
Yes.
And
the rest of his
career, he's 41-26 with a 3.42 ERA. So I see the potential of what they can have, because remember, he's not going to be their frontline starter, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I wasn't a fan of Paxton. Was it a good move? Yeah, but not for that prospect. I think they could have got him for somebody cheaper, a different prospect.
I don't think they should have gave
and I think the next move for the Yankees is either get Corey Kluber or Patrick Corbin from the Diamondbacks. That's just my opinion.
I think the next deal for the Mets is to fucking
trade Syndergaard.
Exactly. And they saw all that shit that the Yankees gave up for Paxton. Now the fucking Mets are gonna want
the price is gonna go up. The price is gonna go up.
Syndergaard.
And Noah Syndergaard is under control between now and 2021. So, that's just how it plays out. And we'll bring E-Man, the baseball guru, back on the show. We'll do a hot stove episode with him. He'll talk about Manny and Bryce, where they're gonna land. By the way, if you watched our episode with him, he called every single award exactly how it happened. Andujar and Torres split the vote. So the Rookie of the Year went to Ohtani. He called the Cy Youngs on both leagues, and he called the MVPs exactly how it went. Genius. So the guy knows what he's talking about.
He's fucking.
Paulie's falling asleep here because we're talking baseball. So we're gonna switch it to.
I want to say something real quick. Real quick.
About what?
For the people that have been saying that Eli Manning is not a Hall of Fame quarterback because he does not win in the playoffs, or he doesn't win.
Here comes the rant.
People are saying that Eli Manning is not a Hall of Fame quarterback because he doesn't win in the playoffs.
Okay.
Dude, Eli
What's
Manning,
your argument?
You know what Aaron Rodgers' record is in the playoffs? It's 9-7.
9-7. Okay.
You know what Drew Brees' playoffs record in the playoffs is?
Is it 8-6?
No, it's 7-6.
7. Okay.
You know what Eli Manning's record in the playoffs is?
No, why don't you tell me?
8-4 with 2 Super Bowls. So he has more Super Bowls, less losses than 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
My Eli.
So what?
Right, he doesn't get his due. He never gets his due.
Dude, people have been saying he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback because he doesn't get to the playoffs. He's 8-4 in the playoffs.
I think
Drew Brees is 7-6.
It's gonna be like that his whole life.
Drew Brees only has 1 Super Bowl ring.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna be like that Eli's whole life.
He gets overshadowed by that
it's
Manning,
his
that
brother.
last name.
Yeah, it's his brother, but his brother has 2 Super Bowls, and he got his Super Bowl in the last.
He only legit won 1. That last one, the defense won for him.
Dude, but. Exactly, and he won the last one in the last year of his career.
Well, if you want to talk defense winning something for your quarterback,
don't you fucking say anything.
First of all, okay, yes, our defense, those 2 Super Bowls, our defense. Wait, hold on,
stats, bro.
Hold on.
I'm not saying
you're right, and we're right because our defense did put us in a position to win.
Yes,
those Super Bowls, but Eli's last 2 drives in both Super Bowls sealed it for us.
They did.
And in the first one against the Patriots, where he had all the pressure on him to beat the unbeatable team, and he's almost about to get sacked. He escapes that sack, the play where the helmet catch happened.
Right.
I that still to me is the greatest football play that I've ever seen in my life.
That's the greatest play I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know about that.
Think of all the
punch you in the face.
Think of all the things that had to happen for that play to go down. First of all, the line broke down.
A quarterback evading a tackle, that happens all the time.
It wasn't a tackle. It was a gang tackle.
It was fourth down, and he got out of a sack.
It was a gang tackle, and he was almost sacked.
It was a gangbang. He got out of it. He got out of a gangbang.
Why would someone get out of a gangbang?
Because he needed to keep going with his legs.
And then he just
once you get gangbang, there's no going back.
He looks downfield between the numbers. Just heaves it up there. a guy in practice that dropped all the passes and all of a sudden in the Super Bowl caught a touchdown pass. Before that pass, he heaves it to him. And then Tyree does is the combination of what happened on both ends of the play.
It's all those things culminating to that one.
That's why I feel like that play
Also, the Patriots had a better defense than the Giants did that year. And you can look up these numbers. The Patriots had a way better offense and a way better defense that year. So people always say, oh, the Giants had the best defense. The Giants did not have a better defense. The Giants did not have a better offense both years. And you can look it up.
We had the formula.
We didn't even have a better offense than San Francisco, or defense than San Francisco 49ers.
No.
Those 2 years.
Okay.
But you got to look it up. The way you beat Tom Brady is you beat him up.
Well, you got to sack. You got to hit him.
You got to hit him hard.
You got to hit him.
And that's what Philly did to him. And that's what we did to him.
Didn't he put up almost 50 on Philly?
And then people talk about him coming back to win against Atlanta, that's the greatest Super Bowl they've ever seen. I don't think so. I think when you watch a tight game where it's like defense, Atlanta just shit the bed on that one.
All they had to do was run the ball.
The 2007 Super Bowl, Giants-Patriots, probably one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen. Not because I'm a Giants fan. Game-wise, the drama that played, and then Tom Brady's audacity. We're only going to score. What was it that prediction?
He said we're only going to score 17 or something.
We're only going to score 17 points. Is Black going to play defense? And then he laughs.
And they only scored 15 points.
14. It was 17-14, the final score.
I don't remember that game.
Michael Strahan kept running down the sideline, and he kept saying, we're going to win this 17-14, 17-14. And they actually won it that way. So Benny brought me back to getting nostalgic, man. With New York, haven't seen a lot of titles, but
it was getting me upset because I was listening to a lot of people on ESPN and all this other stuff, and they kept saying, they were questioning Eli being.
Well, who specifically on ESPN pissed you off?
It was a bunch of dudes, bro.
But you're
first of all, Dan Le Batard.
But that's your boy. You love.
I love Dan Le Batard.
Okay.
Bro. He was He always, every time he gets a fucking chance to jab on Eli, he goes for it. Even though he's a fucking Miami Dolphins fan.
He's a Dolphins fan, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Everybody, even fucking Stephen A. and that other dude.
Here's my.
He's
you
a
just
safety.
said it.
What's that guy? He's on a safety.
Oh, Ryan Clark.
Dude, he said Eli's never won a playoff game besides the 2 Super Bowl that he won, which is a complete lie.
Okay.
Eli's been to the playoff. He said Eli's never been to the playoffs.
Eli destroyed the Cowboys and he destroed Tampa.
He said Eli's never been to the playoffs besides the 2 Super Bowls
runs, which is a lie.
A lie. It's a complete. He absolutely knows. He knows nothing.
But you mentioned Stephen A. I just want to say this. I love Stephen A. Smith. The guy is funny. He's great. He knows basketball. If he's talking basketball, I'm glued to the television. He's talking football. I'm like,
you're questioning him.
He's talking baseball. I'm mute. Don't want to hear baseball. I saw him talk about MMA. Please. Don't do it to yourself, Stephen A.
He has to. You know he has to.
I know he's the guy.
He's the guy.
And Ariel is just starting out in ESPN. And Ariel is now the MMA. Him, Brett, and the other guys are the MMA people for ESPN. Please do not have Stephen A. on there.
But he's the talent. He's what brings eyes to the fucking table.
I don't want to disrespect the man. No disrespect. Do not have him do MMA. Boxing is like baseball.
And you have Max Kellerman.
No. Max is my guy in boxing. Max is my guy. Max is my guy.
At boxing, but Stephen A. He knows his boxing.
Yeah.
You know, Stephen A. Football and boxing. Okay, baseball. Don't want to hear nothing from Stephen A.
He has all the fucking.
He's a Yankee fan. He doesn't, but he's a Yankee fan because he's from the area and that's the team he has to root for. And he said the only thing New York got is the Yankees.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's from Queens.
No, I don't think he. Oh, you know what? I'm going to look him up.
I'm pretty sure he's from Queens.
I don't think he's from New York.
He's from Queens. He's from Queens, dude. I'm telling you.
Please, just leave those other sports alone.
I'm pretty sure he's from
Queens. And he's on. I get it. He's on First Take. He argues with Max, and he's from New York City. He's actually from the city.
Oh, he's from the city?
Yeah. He has to argue the other sports. I get it.
That's because he's the star of the show.
He's the star of the network.
He's what brings fucking people want to listen to what he has to say.
But just
even though even if he says anything about UFC,
I'm sorry.
people want to listen to
I'm sorry. ESPN signed Ariel, and then they put Chael with him.
And they've had Brett for years.
They've had Brett for years. ESPN wants to bring a star to do MMA. They got to get somebody else, not Stephen A.
They should. Who do you think they should get?
I don't know.
You know who they should get?
Who?
Tyron Woodley.
I think
Tyron Woodley's pretty good.
I got another guy. He's a double champ.
No, he's great. They could, if anything,
DC.
Exactly.
Tyron.
DC would be dope.
Yes.
You got get one of those guys.
The skinny dude that he moves weird.
Oh, Dominic Cruz.
Dominic Cruz.
He's
really
great at analyzing.
Good,
yes.
There's a lot of guys you could get. Just ESPN. Let Stephen A. breathe for a little bit, all right? He does enough, all right?
He doesn't want to.
Let Stephen A. breathe. And we're breaking into MMA, so might as well. Rachel Ostovich was assaulted in Hawaii.
I'm actually pretty excited about this. Not about the assault.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yes, I waited for the.
Not about the assault, but
she's supposed to fight. She's supposed to fight January 19th, and she's gonna fight Paige Van Zandt in Brooklyn.
Is she still gonna fight?
That was gonna be the main event.
I don't.
I'm not sure. She has a broken orbital bone, so I don't know. It's allegedly her husband. It's like a domestic thing. I don't know. It hasn't been verified, and they also haven't talked about the fight. But we'll see. The fight's in the end of January, so we'll see what happens there. I wanted to ask Paul because he's a Diaz guy.
I'm a Diaz guy.
How do you feel
when
about?
Did I ever tell you that?
How do you feel about Nick Diaz and Masvidal?
It's an interesting fight.
Would you want to see? I know you're not a Diaz guy. You don't like Nate or Nick.
He loves.
They're entertaining.
Guys.
I guarantee you, if they're fighting, no matter where on the card, you will want to watch them fight.
You know what? I wasn't a big fan of Nate until he fought Conor.
I was a big fan of
That's true. I wasn't a big fan of Nate until he fought. I didn't even know who the fuck that was.
So Rob broke it down for us. The Diaz's have a lot of losses, but a lot of those losses.
I could have told you that.
Yeah, but a lot of those losses came in decisions in 3-round fights, and not even just like unanimous decisions. Like some were just split decisions. So that means that if there were 2 more rounds, which by the way, the Diaz's have insane cardio.
Yeah.
If they were in this, Rob's whole point, and he's 100% right. If those were all 5-round fights, they would be close to like 2 losses, maybe 1 or 3 or whatever. It wouldn't be as many as they have now. That's why he doesn't like the 3-round fights. And we went over the fixing the UFC. If the main event, if you have a main event, have 4 fights,
that's a good
5
point.
rounds each, and then trim the prelim card.
No, but that's a good point. But go back to Nate and then 5-round fights. The last 2 fights he had with Conor, if that was a 155 fight, the first fight, I don't think he'd survive those shots.
He wouldn't survive.
I don't know.
2 rounds.
I think he would have survived the shots.
I don't think he would have survived.
I've seen Nate Diaz take a lot of shots at 155 with McGregor.
No.
Hold on. You guys know how I feel about McGregor.
Fight McGregor at 155.
I have, and I would love to see it. I said I haven't, and I would love to see it. And you guys know how I feel about Conor, but I feel like Nate could eat those shots.
Not at 155.
At 155, he's able to.
No.
I've seen him eat shots at 155 from other fighters.
McGregor shots, dude.
All right, not Conor shots, but I've seen him eat fights at 155. And I think that the fights would have played out almost similar.
And the thing is that I don't understand
the ground game difference between McGregor and Nate is so vast. It's just like the Khabib fight. That once he's on the floor, it's over.
It's completely different because Nate will stand with him.
Because Nate has a good jab. He's a good boxer.
He will try to eat the shots. And it's not happening if you're 155, dude.
I mean, there's a trilogy that's going to come up eventually between those two. The first one was choked out, and I don't think Conor, not making an excuse for him, but he was supposed to fight at 155. Hold on. Was supposed to fight at 155. It was 2 or 3 weeks out.
It wasn't. They didn't have enough time, pretty much. He couldn't have made 155.
Who?
Nate
Wouldn't have been able to.
No.
So Conor had to actually balloon up to 169 to fight Nate at 170.
And he ended up being what?
And he ended up gassing out.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that fight happened because Conor wasn't, but then Conor had enough time to prepare for the second one.
Yeah.
And they went all 5 rounds. So I still feel like
Conor was preparing for 155, and then he was at around 170.
But he had all the time in the world at 170.
He's talking about the second fight?
The second fight.
I'm talking about the first fight.
But I'm talking about
the second fight has the same stipulation.
Yeah. The first
was still
fight,
at 170.
It was at 170, and he had all the time in the world to prepare. But he couldn't.
Yeah, that's why he won
couldn't
the fight.
put Nate away.
That's because Nate was like almost 200 pounds at the time.
Yeah, you didn't have
he
to
was
cut to 155.
If Nate had to cut to 155 and then eat those shots from Conor McGregor,
I don't know. I think
would have got fucking. That's why I think
the Diaz have tough chins.
I'm not saying he can't take a shot or two.
Yeah, that's not. But what
at
I'm
some
saying
point,
that's
at 155,
is that he can't. He
forget about this Conor Cowboy thing.
That's another thing, bro.
We need to make this Diaz Conor fight at 155.
So fucking
or
Conor
165.
could put him away, dude. 155.
Conor needs to get that win back, and I think if he does in impressive fashion, gets the Khabib rematch, which is something that people do want to see.
I don't want to see it now, but I would. Like
MMA purists want to see it because Conor McGregor
in the future
did a way better job than people think fighting off on the ground. So he just didn't get his offense. He didn't get his offense going. Which to me was the problem. I was
that's
like,
another story.
You should have been on offense, not on defense.
That's what I was thinking the entire time when I was watching. I was like, why are you trying to fight Khabib's game? Why are you on defense this whole time? That's not your game, bro.
That goes to show that how much
Khabib exactly.
His wrestling.
Yes. He changed Conor the whole way of thinking.
Right.
And
because Conor fights his fight.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier's wrestling is that impressive. Like guys, you can see it in their face. Khabib takes somebody down, Cormier takes somebody down. Their face, they're like, "Oh, I won't be able to get back up."
But what I'm saying, if they lose fighting their game. Conor needs to, if he's going to lose, he has to lose standing up, fighting his own fucking game, not fucking trying to avoid some other shit that's going to happen.
Well, the thing was,
if you lose, you lose.
If he came out swinging, because Khabib.
Come out swinging, dude. I'm not saying come out swinging.
Word from his camp was he wanted to knock out Conor, so he was willing to trade with him.
Exactly.
So
Conor should have waited.
Conor should have waited for it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what's beautiful about MMA because it's just.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
So many different styles, and it's you.
That's why UFC's.
Look at the Yair Rodriguez fight that just happened with Korean Zombie. Such a good fight. 4 minutes 59 seconds.
Right.
And Yair, like he's wild, like with his striking style. People say, "Oh, it was a lucky shot." I legit think like. He in his mind was like, "Oh, I could throw my." It
wasn't a lucky shot because that wasn't the first time he did it on that fight.
Yeah,
and during the whole fight, he did it.
And he's done it before. Yes. He's just so wild and creative. He's just like John Jones.
Yes,
John Jones is creative with his strikes, and people look at it and they're like, "Oh my god, it was an insane knockout." I've watched it a couple times and I still can't get over it.
If anything, you give it to Yair at that point. At the end of the fight, 5 rounds, and then they were in Denver too.
A war.
So the elevation was like they're super tired, and then just to have the presence to like duck down from Korean Zombie and then throw the elbow. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was.
And it wasn't like that elbow landed flush because Zombie, when he fell, he was out for a little while, and it was a war like with Korean Zombie. A war, Korean Zombie.
Dude, I didn't even think about the fucking Denver shit.
Yeah.
How they're so high up. And
the elevation was crazy. Yeah.
Denver and Mexico City.
Is it really fuck with your like training?
Not me, because I'm a fucking...
Well, you fucking run all the time.
Most fighters...
This dude is hiking all the fucking time.
Most fighters, they'll fly out a week before the fight, for fight week.
Bitches.
To have their body conditioned to the conditions of the city.
Geez.
But some fighters, like if it's Mexico City or if it's Denver or what's the other location where there's thin air, they go out earlier, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get in. Nunez, she suffers from a really bad sinus problem.
We go.
So
here we go.
She goes out a little earlier to get her body adjusted
just to get her body adjusted so that she can take off from the fight.
I mean,
make up some other excuse. Cyborg's gonna eat her alive.
Cyborg.
You saw how scared she was in the fucking
she did not look comfortable.
She was so scared. She had her hoodie on. She was all like Cyborg was talking shit. She was like, "Yeah, I got you. Don't worry." Like, I've never seen somebody that scared in a press conference.
I would be too.
Cyborg's line was perfect.
No, I would be scared. Just standing next to that lady. Dude, she's fucking huge, bro.
Cyborg turns to her and says, "You got your sinus problem fixed? Don't make no excuses. Just come, make
she was
weight."
Like, show up to the fight, make weight. Show up to the fight.
Another fight that was announced was...
Yo, if you think about it, she never said that she was going to show up to the fight and she was going to make weight.
I hope not, because I really want to see that fight. Nunez,
she does. When Cyborg kept telling her, "Oh, show up to the fight," she never said, "Yeah, I'm going to show up to the fight. I'm going to make weight, guaranteed." She never said none of that.
I really want to see that fight. So I hope she makes weight. I hope she makes weight. I hope she makes weight. So Ngannou versus Blaydes 2. That's this weekend on Saturday. Pauly B wanted to talk about it. Curtis Blaydes, to me, is impressive.
He's on a roll.
He's
on a roll.
If he wins this fight, I think he needs to be the next challenger. If ranking-wise, for heavyweight title. Ranking-wise.
So he gets the title shot if he wins this fight?
Or maybe he is him and Stipe for a title eliminator fight.
Right.
That'll be dope.
But Curtis Blaydes, his overall game has improved so much.
He's improved a lot.
That he's impressive. He could do almost anything. He can strike with you. He could be with you on the ground. He's getting better everywhere. And every time he comes out and he fights, has a way better fight, way better game plan. So he impresses me a lot, and I think he is the future. We got to see Ngannou's wrestling, though. Ngannou's...
Right. No, when you watch the first fight, though, he did get taken down. Like, Curtis Blaydes took him down a few times, but he did get back up. So, it's like...
I just want you to keep this in mind. Curtis Blaydes, I saw a stat. Most takedowns by a heavyweight. I think it's Kane that has the record. Blaydes is not that far behind. By a heavyweight.
How old is this kid?
He has to be 26.
26?
He's young. Damn. He's young. Dude. He's young. You haven't seen him yet, but I'm going to show you some fights.
He has to prove himself in this fight, though.
Right.
Because he's had some shitty fights. After
27. I was close. Blaydes is 6'4", 254.
Dude, after getting knocked
he's
out
a college
by
wrestler.
Stipe, though, this dude needs, he needs a good
He didn't get knocked out by Stipe. Stipe made him carry him, wrestled him.
He destroyed him. He ruined his
He took his soul. That's one of those things, like wrestlers.
And the things that Blaydes can do that. It's possible for
he could, yeah.
You don't know how much
Ngannou has. He has pop in his hands. Blaydes hits hard.
Yeah?
Yes. So...
He doesn't hit as hard as Ngannou.
He doesn't.
But Ngannou...
He had to stop the fight because his eyes closed.
Problem with Ngannou is now there's tape on how to get him down, how to beat him. You got to wrestle him, make him carry your weight, tire him out. Stipe did a whole...
Hopefully he
took that man to school.
But hopefully Francis got a better... Ngannou has a better...
And in that fight, you mentioned it before, even Joe Rogan... Before Joe Rogan says it on the podcast, on the live event. My brother was like, they're not putting ice on Ngannou. They're not giving him water.
The fight, I was saying.
And in the second round, Joe Rogan noticed it. He's like, why aren't they icing him down? He's getting like...
They weren't icing his back. They weren't giving him water. They were just wiping him down with fucking towels. And I was like, this dude is dehydrated. He's going to die in that ring. That dude went 5 rounds? And they didn't fucking do anything. They didn't ice his back not once. That he could have seriously got injured in that fight. Thank God he got a better camp because in the Lewis fight?
Yeah.
At least they were icing his back. Even though he didn't throw a punch, he didn't need none of that. they were icing him.
Which is surprising to me because...
And he had completely different people on his camp.
Ngannou's getting paid heavy and he works out in the UFC PI Center. So he has... I don't think he has a good wrestling or jiu-jitsu coach, which is what he's missing. But he gets paid good from the UFC. He's one of their stars that they're trying to make. And he works out in the
Until
UFC
he lost,
PI.
and then they kind of backed off a little bit.
They kind of backed off a bit.
Yeah.
But
whoever he brought to the fight to have in his corner that day was terrible.
That was his coach. Those have always been his coaches.
No, not anymore. Because in the Derrick Lewis fight, they were
not anymore. But Ngannou back then, he would just come into the octagon, knock a guy out, submit a guy or something, and then the fight was over. That's why it was like a Mike Tyson.
He would knock a dude out. Yeah.
So that was the UFC. Another thing I saw that was this past weekend, and DC said, "Oh, Brock, bring all the belts. Bring your WWE belts. I want all the belts."
That would be sick if he fucking wins a WWE title. If he takes that shit.
I got to tell you, the most impressive thing in WWE has to be the women's division, and it's not because of Ronda Rousey. I'm gonna get to that.
Are we going in WWE right now?
We are.
We're going in WWE.
Robbie Rob's favorite thing. Wrestling. Real wrestling.
This is the real wrestling.
Professional wrestling. Yeah. He loves that. Professional wrestling.
WWE.
I saw the Charlotte Becky match. I forgot what pay-per-view it was. It was before Survivor Series.
Didn't she get injured? Is she the one who got like her nose broken?
Yeah, she got her face broken.
Yeah, she got her face
I don't watch the show. I just read.
She got her face broken in Raw.
It was
the Raw before Survivor Series.
The Raw before Survivor Series, and they had to change the main event. So when Ronda went to WWE, the first thing that everybody was talking about was Ronda versus Charlotte. So as a last-minute replacement for Survivor Series, one of the biggest pay-per-views,
yes,
they put Ronda versus Charlotte. Now, I saw it entirely firsthand, and it was insane. My brother just saw it.
I saw that shit today, and
right now.
That shit was dope. I'm not in the front.
Who's Charlotte?
Charlotte Flair is Ric Flair's daughter.
Oh, she
Dude, she's the most dope. Gifted wrestler, female wrestler.
Is she the champion?
No. She used to.
Becky was the champion.
She's been the champion a few times.
She's a 7-time champion.
She's a 7-time champion.
Who's the champion now?
It's Becky Lynch, the one that got her face broken.
Okay.
And she had to come out because
she's pretty.
Yeah. She used to be a bartender.
The story that they told. Charlotte carried Ronda in that match, but I'm impressed by the way Ronda held herself in that match.
I'm impressed.
What do you mean by carry her? Like, was she
in wrestling terms? I'm gonna break some stuff down now. So, what makes you a good wrestler?
In the head, and then someone had to carry her.
No. What makes you a good wrestler? Like if me and you were wrestling, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to sell certain punches. You got to sell certain slams. Yeah. Ronda did a good job at that.
Yeah,
like acting.
Yes.
Acting. Yeah. And on top of that, when I do those moves, I also got to do them in a way where I don't hurt you.
You have to sell.
So I got to take care of you.
Yes.
And Charlotte did that. And then
to Ronda.
And if you haven't watched the fight, watch it. At the end, if you watch the Attitude Era in the 90s, when Stone Cold was like the big wrestler out of his time, they're doing that now with Becky Lynch, and they're doing it with Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte was, in WWE, they like to call the baby face, and then there's the heel. So there's always a good and bad. Charlotte was a baby face, and so was Ronda. So that's a rare match to get in a WWE match. But they told the story in that ring as if Ronda's coming into this style, and this is Charlotte's kingdom, and this is her world. And
then they flipped it, and Charlotte just became bad at the end.
And she just like went nuts.
So they kind of told the story.
So they fought already.
Yeah.
Who won
this? This was on Sunday.
It was a disqualification.
Charlotte
just broke a couple candlesticks on Ronda, and you see the gashes. She got chopped in the chest. She has a gash on the side of her head.
I don't know if you've ever been chopped on your chest, bare chest, but that shit hurts.
That shit hurts.
Like that fake chop?
Nah. Take your shirt off right now. Let me chop you. Take your shirt off.
So I feel a clip coming on.
After this?
Yeah. So if you Google a picture of Ronda and like what she looks today.
So even in WWE, they're still saving Ronda. Like
They're not saving Ronda.
I felt bad because the fans turned on her.
The fans turned on her even though she lost.
Yeah.
Because the fans understand what's going on.
They were like, "Thank you, Charlotte." And not only that, they were saying they were chanting Becky Lynch's name after the fucking Ronda was fucking limping out the ring.
Did she get mad?
She did. Got a little
she
told some dude,
"You're not a man."
She looked at some guy in the fans, one of the fans. She's like,
"Not a man.
You're not a man."
She said anything. Yeah. She put it just like.
So the story that the WWE is selling is that Ronda was supposed to be like the victim to make her like more appealing to the fans.
It's not happening.
But the fans know the story that WWE is trying to sell, and they're cheering for the best.
Why would you root against Ric Flair's daughter?
It was a mistake.
It actually
Charlotte is the best female wrestler.
Okay, so exactly.
It's the most entertaining thing to watch.
If you watch the match, though, Charlotte is so much better than her that it feels like if you went into the ring with a professional wrestler and they were just tossing you around and fucking slamming you and then jumping out the top rope and not giving you any time to breathe. Because in the entire fight, Ronda is out of breath.
She's out of gas.
She does not know what to fucking... There's even a point that Charlotte tries to throw her to the corner and she trips and she fucking face plants into the
turnbuckle.
Yeah. And you can see, because Charlotte pulls her and she runs and she trips over Charlotte's fucking foot and face plants into the turnbuckle. It was crazy.
So that was, you guys, I gotta say, WWE's women's division is what's making that programming a lot better. It's cool to see that women are
coming up in the world.
No, that they,
finally
that they're getting shine, man, and they're not overlooked.
Coming up in the world.
So damn, no. I mean, like especially in that industry, yeah. So this episode is the Banksgiving episode. So we've reached the point in our episode where Benny Banks, it's the Hoppy Banksgiving episode.
Was really good.
We'll fix the economy and tell you how to get rich. So.
Oh, you want me to fix the economy?
Enlighten us. No, tell us how to get rich first.
Well, I'm going to explain how we can fix the economy, right? And we can make America better and...
Great again?
No.
Oh, better.
We can make America great.
Yeah, talk to the camera.
We can also make the world great. So this is how it's done.
Uh-oh. He's got his low voice on.
First of all, we need to make weed legal.
Oh.
Not only that, all drugs legal.
Wait, what? Even the chemical ones?
Then we have to make prostitution legal.
Okay.
But this is how we do it. So, first of all, we're going to tax the shit out of all of this stuff.
Okay.
So, it's going to be, even if you're going to smoke weed or do any of that, it's going to be, they're going to tax the shit out of that. So, you're going to think twice if you're going to smoke that doobie, right?
Okay.
If it's taxed OD.
Okay.
Yes? Or
yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Of course. Prostitution, this is another thing. So, prostitution, this is the way we make it legal. We have the women test before. Listen, we have the women constantly testing for any STDs.
Oh my god!
And hey,
it's 100% right.
He did not run this segment by me and Paul before he said it. So he wrote it down. So only he knows.
I did not write anything down.
At least the first thing he's talking about.
Keep going. Just keep going. Keep going.
I am about to kill this right here.
Okay.
First of all,
test.
Okay.
So this is how you make prostitution legal.
I can't believe we're even mentioning this.
Listen.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm here.
We're going to tax the shit out of it.
Okay.
So anyways, we're going to test the women constantly.
And the men.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, dude. We're going to test the women constantly.
Okay.
Not only that, we're going to test the men. So it's not like I can get a prostitute right away. Like, hey, can I get a prostitute today? I'll give you this amount of money. No, it's not happening, dude. It's a fucking, you have to bring in your papers. You just went to the fucking doctor last week or something. You have to be clean. So you have to make an appointment to see a prostitute.
Okay.
So this
is kind of exactly. when you make the appointment, you have to get your medical.
The results is in their room.
Exactly. You have the women results. You also have the men results.
Okay.
Hold on for 1 second. Yeah. Go. So men would get tested.
Yes. Women are getting tested. And it's not like you can just go into a place and say, hey, I want that prostitute. No. Give me your medical records, homie, and give me the date that you got those. And all the women are going to have their medical records posted up. And there's going to be testing on this.
Next to their photo.
And you see how
is it going to look like a McDonald's menu?
Maybe.
I want a number one.
Oh, yeah. It could be. If you want to open up a shop like
with
that.
With the nutrition
But
facts?
You see, it brings up a whole different level. So let's say you want to open up a prostitution house.
Okay.
So then you could have, however it is, you could have the McDonald's menu.
I'm sorry, do those exist?
But it's not only...
A brothel?
Okay. Brothels exist.
Like the bunny ranch?
Okay. Yeah, like the bunny.
Like the bunny, yeah, but it's not...
the guy died, though.
You're thinking about prostitution as only women. Men can be prostitutes as well. Stop being sexy.
So what's the... I'm sorry.
I can take it.
Okay.
You can take it to another level if you like.
But what about the men? What would you do with the men?
It's the same deal. All prostitutes have to get tested all the time after every session.
All right.
Well, I will say not after every session. I will say
once a month.
I'll say once a week, maybe twice a month. Not only that, but
I can't believe this is part of our show.
Listen, dude.
We cover everything.
Okay. Listen, the people that come in for the prostitutes have to make an appointment.
Okay.
They have to get tested as well.
They have to get tested as well. They have to bring their information.
Okay.
And if they don't bring their information, they can't go in.
So my question to you is, what are we going to say to the listeners, viewers at this point?
Here we go. We're going to tag
that. Wait, that are not into weed or prostitution. How can you make them rich, Benny?
Here's the thing.
Okay.
You don't have to be in prostitution. There's apps for prostitutes. There's apps that you can do.
All right. So with these, run me the app idea.
Listen.
It's actually smart.
Listen, with these different things, when you make these things
legal, makes a point. Yes.
Weed, drugs,
it opens
all types
up
of
other
drugs.
things. Yes.
Oh shit! If you want to be a heroin addict,
so give me a name for your app.
Let me tell you something about this. If you want to be a heroin addict, there's heroin addicts out there, right?
Yeah. Let's speak to them.
All right. I'm going to speak to all the heroin addicts out there. So if you want to be a heroin addict, it's going to be legal. Here's the thing. It's going to cost a lot more. We're going to tag the shit out of it. So that's going to make them think twice about doing that.
That's not going to change anything. They're still going to...
Is it sort of like the Chris Rock thing with the bullet? Like making the guns cheap, but making the bullets really expensive?
Kind of. But here's the thing. The people that want prostitutes are going to get prostitutes anyways. The people that want drugs are going to get drugs anyways. Might as well tax it and make apps.
Okay.
And make brothels.
All right.
And make little McDonald's places where they have fucking prostitutes on the wall that you can pick from.
Okay.
We can even change the name of prostitutes.
What?
We could have escorts.
I mean, they're called escorts now.
Yeah, but you don't want prostitute sounds really aggressive.
So give me...
So we could just eliminate that word.
Here we go. You need to come up with a name other than escorts.
Escorts?
For this industry. A different name, not escort.
Sexual companions.
Okay, sexual companions.
That.
So we have sexual companions.
Yeah. Paul's not satisfied.
What else you got?
He's not impressed.
Sexual companions sounds professional, though.
But he's not impressed.
But think about this. Think about this.
It does sound a little. Think about this.
Would you go and pay for? How much are you going to pay for a prostitute?
It depends on what you're asking for.
All right. How much are you going to pay? Listen. How much are you going to pay for a sexual companion? Are you going to pay more than you pay for a prostitute?
You mean because prostitute?
Because of the name.
Okay.
So you're like, oh shit. Can I buy a sexual companion for this amount? But oh shit, I could get a prostitute for much cheaper.
So what do we say to the viewer?
Maybe there could be a prostitute app that charges cheaper.
What do we say to the viewer that's not legalized? So Benny, what else can I do to make myself rich?
What else can you do to make yourself rich?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of things you can do, man. I get ideas, but here's the thing. I black out.
he gets ideas, but he's not sure if they work.
No, here's the thing. I'm 100% sure that my ideas work.
Okay.
I just never write them down.
Okay.
And they freestyle on top of that.
You know who he loses ideas?
Just like what just happened right now. So every time we talk about anything, I just come up with different ideas. How can you? Because I'm always thinking ahead. How can I make this better?
Okay.
So even like this beer, like how can we make this more refreshing? How
can you make that more?
How can I make the beer better? Because this beer has been sitting on this table. I don't know if you guys noticed. This one right here. It's been filled. It's full. It hasn't been touched.
Thank you to Sierra Nevada and Flying Dog for sponsoring this episode.
Yes. How about a fucking glass or a bottle that doesn't get warm?
Oh.
That is just fucking cool all the time. Your beer is cool all the time.
Automatic.
I don't even feel like that's that hard to make. I don't know why nobody's ever come up with that. Okay. Just a fucking bottle that doesn't get cold up. And there's bottles that you could put water in and they'll be cold for like 20 hours.
Okay.
Why the fuck my beer can't be in that bottle? Because it's expensive. It's not that expensive,
beer companies
They sell them shit in Dollar Tree. They sell them in Dollar Tree. They're $1. This beer costs more.
No, but you know how much this bottle of beer?
You know how much this one bottle of beer costs? You know how much this one bottle of beer cost me? $4.13. This one bottle, I could get a thing in Dollar Tree, a water thing that it keeps my water cold for 24 hours.
That's what I'm saying. So if they make a bottle that's already cold, that $4.13 is gonna double its price.
No, because you put cheap beer in it. That's what you're not thinking about. So
you're gonna lose money.
Listen, imagine drinking a Bud Light.
Okay.
That shit never gets warm. Bud Light is a cheap ass beer to make.
Okay.
But it never gets warm, so it's going to jump up to
Bud Light. We would like to be sponsored by Bud Light as well. Anheuser-Busch.
Bud Light, come up with that. Come up with that bottle that never gets warm.
So look, give me two more. Give me two more. Besides the Bud Light bottle. I like that idea.
It's warm.
Oh, it's warm?
Dude, yeah.
So give me two more ideas.
Two more ideas, bro.
It's Banksgiving. It's Banksgiving. You're giving all these. This is to make somebody's Black Friday, or like we like to call Pauly Friday, go by faster.
I'm just throwing out ideas for regular people
that
want to come up with things.
Okay.
Like, please, somebody come up with that.
First of all, all your ideas are shit.
Oh.
Paul, would you not like a beer that never fucking
gets warm? You keep it in a fucking bucket with ice.
You don't need a bucket with ice when you have a bottle that never gets warm.
If you make a bottle that stays cold, there's so much money you have to put into that. Making that bottle, they're going to charge you more.
You know what this guy is? You know what this guy is?
What am I?
You don't think outside the box.
Oh, my God.
You think they thought about that when they made these? You know what? Back in the days, what people used to do, they used to have a fucking can opener to open up their beers. You think?
First of all, let's go back. Your heroin idea, legalizing heroin, that's not even creating, like, that's not making people rich. You're just going to create more drug addicts running around.
I'm not.
America.
We're going to have to do heroin are going to do it regardless. Why not tax them for it?
But if you legalize it, maybe I want to try it now.
They're just going to
I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
They're just going to rob.
You know what? You know what?
I'm just saying, you're creating...
Listen to this. I want to speak to the camera for this one.
Okay.
Oh, God. Go ahead.
So, if we legalize heroin, and you are stupid enough to try it...
You wouldn't try it?
This world is overpopulated.
Just once.
It is.
One time?
This world is overpopulated. You are going to give someone a job because you have a good job, no? You are going to give someone a job because you're going to lose your job. You're
At some point, yeah.
You're going
I'm probably going to lose my job.
You're going to lose your job.
I can see every day. Yeah.
Probably your home.
Yeah.
Then you won't be able to afford heroin because it's so expensive.
That's when I become a heroin addict.
That's when you... Job. No, you can't. You can't afford it, dude. You can't afford heroin at that point.
So you know what?
And then that's when I'm going to start stealing.
And so you know what's gonna happen? Some other guy's gonna come up with it. They're gonna come up with a cheaper drug, and people are gonna get addicted to something else because there's always something.
And then another tax the shit out of that drug, dude.
I just feel like we're creating more drug addicts if we legalize.
No,
this is
because
just
heroin. If heroin was legal, I wouldn't try it.
But it is legal. There's a country
in
Europe that's legal.
What's that? K2?
Yeah.
K2 is legal.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It used to be.
It's illegal.
You could buy that shit in the store.
It's
if
illegal.
you are stupid enough to smoke K2, then fucking good riddance.
Okay, so
we went off the rails on this one. But
that was
a good.
That's Benny's segment. Banksgiving.
You feel me on that one?
If you want more,
I feel like I'm still poor.
If you want more advice from the real Benny Banks on how to become rich,
not only that, but I'm starting up. He's struggling artist page.
So he's a struggling artist.
I'm a struggling artist now. So.
Yeah, he's gonna start 2019. Is that when you're starting?
I might start sooner.
Oh, so he's a struggling artist, and his Instagram post, we talked about it, is just one photo, and it's a blacked out photo.
Don't give too much away.
It's a blacked out photo.
Oh, this is.
It has a history. That's the only one that exists now, but he's gonna create major pieces of art and put it on his Instagram, and you got to figure out what he was feeling, what's going on. Major
pieces of art
in 2019.
Like paintings?
No, I see art everywhere that I walk.
He just.
So you're just gonna take photos?
I see art on this table and like.
So you're taking photos, walking around.
So you know what?
It's gonna be intense.
He sees art. The photo that he takes after this episode's done will be on our shop. I just wanted, Benny, what are you thankful for Thanksgiving?
I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for heroin not being legalized.
Wait, I thought you wanted it legalized.
Pauly B.
What?
Pauly B.
Dude, I'm just saying.
First of all,
I wanted marijuana.
You said earlier.
I do want it legalized because I don't think that everybody would use heroin. I trust the people. I'm a man of the people. I trust the people.
Pauly B, what are you thankful
for? And I trust that they wouldn't do heroin if it was legal.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for this podcast. I got signed a deal.
I'm thankful for Paul, too.
Yeah.
And my brother.
Oh, okay. Cheers to
and
that.
Justin.
Justin,
can you get in on this?
Listen.
Can you get in on this?
Justin. Oh, there we go. There we go. There it is. So I'm thankful for the same thing my brother said. My wife, my family, these two guys, and Justin, and this podcast. And I'm also thankful for anybody who listens, watches the video. We thank you for all the love and support.
The 3 fans that we have.
The 2 listeners that we have. Like our page on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. There's no more. That's it. Social media done? I did Twitter and Instagram. Same thing as follow.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon. This is episode 13.
Wow.
Have a happy Banksgiving on Thursday. We'll see you next time.
All right.